Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. I share all about that and more on my channel. If you guys are interested, please hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to be talking about our June budget for my family of 5. If you're new here, it is myself, my husband, and our 3 kids. We have 2 boys and a girl ranging from 8.5, almost 9, he'll be 9 in August, almost 9 to 1.5. So this is our real number family budget. June is not a super eventful month for our budget, honestly. We don't have a ton of stuff coming out. We don't really have any like reoccurring expenses that aren't typical for us in the month of June, which is really nice. So yeah, it's a pretty low-key month. Obviously, June is Father's Day here in the US, and if you guys watched my May video, we don't really do a ton financially for like Father's Day and stuff like that. Honestly, yeah, my husband and I don't really exchange gifts. I know a lot of people do things differently, and that's just kind of how we've always done it. We're not huge gift people, so we don't typically do like gifts or anything on Father's Day necessarily. We do try to get things for my dad and my husband's dad, just like little things, and then we do just try to spend like quality time with them more so than buy them like a physical gift. So that is why you guys will not see like a line item for Father's Day in here. We will probably spend a little bit of money, but it'll just come out of like our miscellaneous budget. And yeah, otherwise really nothing going on. My son is almost done with school. He'll be done with school in the first week of June. We do go, I think, a little bit later here in the Midwest than a lot of you guys maybe in other areas of the country go. I think we do typically go a little bit later into the summer. I think his last day is June 9th or 10th, 9th, I think. So yeah, well, he'll be starting like his little summer school type program, and it should be a really fun summer. So let's go ahead and get into it. So income, so my husband and I both work full time. So this is just our regular salary income. We don't really change this very much. I mean, it really is what it is. We both get paid a salary, so our income is pretty consistent, and that is $7,200. That is our take-home pay after like our taxes and insurance and everything like that. And we also do typically have side hustle income, but I don't count that until the end of the month. I do usually use that throughout the month in my Debt Free Friday videos. If you guys have watched those, I account for like the side hustle income every single month that we're receiving, and then I allocate that towards our financial goals. So at the end of the month, when I do our budget recaps, you guys actually see like all the real money that came in and everything and how it was allocated. So definitely check out those videos at the beginning of the next month if you guys want to see how this June budget actually went, because you know, I always plan for it on paper really nicely, but yeah. So for fixed expenses, our first fixed expense is our mortgage. So we do own a home, so obviously we need to pay for our mortgage, which we budget $2,100. That is actually a little bit more than our mortgage is right now. That we just round it up right now just to keep it nice and simple, and also to pay a little bit extra on our mortgage. Then we also have Netflix, so we do still have that subscription, and that is $8 a month. We did downgrade this to like the ads plan because, I don't know, I don't want to pay double the price for not ads, so we downgraded that a few months ago and honestly haven't even noticed a difference. Then we have our Peloton, so we do have a Peloton bike, and we obviously have to pay for that membership. So $45, and that is $45 well spent. I use the Peloton all the time. If you guys are familiar or you follow me on Instagram, I do post a lot more on Instagram, like on the day-to-day type of stuff. Like I post more personal stuff on there. So like a lot of my workouts I'll post. And then I also post like some reading stuff and just like some of my personal goals on there. So if you guys want to check me out on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. I always have the link in the bio if you guys want to check that out. Then we have our internet. So that is just our flat $60 for internet. That comes out at the end of the month. And then we have our giving. So we do have a reoccurring donation through St. Jude, and that's for $100 a month. And then we have preschool. So my daughter is still in preschool until she starts 4K. So she'll actually start 4K in the fall. We do have a younger son too. Like I said, he's 1.5, and he's been on the wait list for daycare for quite a long time. So we are trying to get him in daycare, but for now there is no spots in our area. Just being honest, like we have not been able to find him a spot lately. So he's still on a few wait lists. I'm really, really hoping we'll be able to get him into daycare soon. Right now, my husband and I are just making it work with like piecing together childcare where we can, and like both working kind of opposites right now. So it's not ideal, but we're making it work. So my daughter, again, is in preschool a few days a week, and that is $760 for the month for her. And like I said, so in September, she'll be starting 4K. So I'm hoping at that point my son will be in daycare. So like this expense probably won't change too much. If anything, it's probably gonna go up. But yeah, that's where it's at right now. I'm hoping, it seems kind of weird to like hope that this goes up, but I really would like to get him into a preschool program soon, because he is at that age where I'd really like him around other kids and just doing some more like structured learning type of things. So that's where we're at with that. But more to come. I will let you guys know what happens with that. Then we have our electric. This is our electric and our gas. That's just rolled into one bill. And so I'm gonna budget $250 for that. And I do always get a lot of questions about like water bill and stuff like that, car insurance. So our water bill, we only pay quarterly. So this is not a month where I have to pay the water bill. And our car insurance, we actually pay biannually. And I think that's next month that we pay it. So you guys will see it here soon. But yeah, we only pay that twice a year. So that's why you don't see those expenses in our regular budget all the time. Total fixed expenses here is $3,323, and that leaves us with $3,877 remaining. So next we're gonna go talk about our variable expenses. So these are our expenses that change every single month, or they sometimes change, they're not super fixed. Like obviously we're spending real money out of here, so we don't always spend the exact same amount on groceries or gas or spending or dining out or things like that. So let's go ahead on the variable. So first we have our spending. So my husband and I both get $100 a month in spending money. This is just like to spend on whatever we want. If we wanna go do something on our own, or like buy something that's kind of outside of like our family budget, we do that. Then we have our gas. So this is gas for our vehicle, and that's $175. Sorry, I just wrote that really funny, but it's $175. Groceries. We are setting aside $800 for groceries. So this is just for groceries and most household items too. I usually will just pull the household out of this as well. So like a lot of the stuff we get from Costco, so it just ends up going into our grocery budget. So this is really like groceries and household. You know, it's been rough lately trying to stick to this 800. I'm really thinking we might need to raise it here soon, but I'm trying to resist. So I'm gonna leave it at 800 and see how much longer I can get away with that. Next, we have our fun and kids budget. So we budget $100 a month for like miscellaneous kids fun stuff. And this budget will especially come in handy in like the next few months of June, July, and August, when my kids are kind of out of their regular routine, out of like their school routine. And we still have baseball all the way through the summer. So we're very busy, and there's lots of things that come with baseball. Like we have to do like snack parent sometimes. And then a lot of times we'll like go out for ice cream after and stuff like that. So that'll all come out of our fun and kids budget. I might honestly need to raise this next month and August, because I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. We do have 3 kids now, and so obviously like if we go out for ice cream, it's, you know, a lot more expensive for a family of 5 than it would be for a smaller family. So we'll see about that. Then we have our miscellaneous category. So again, this is just kind of to catch everything that isn't budgeted for. And we have dining out, which I'm actually going to fix this, because I had initially put that I was spending $200, but I need to bump this back up to $250, I think, because yeah, again, summertime, very busy. We are probably going to be eating out more. That's just the reality of life, because we're going to be really busy on the go with a lot of things this summer. My husband's got like a work trip coming up and a lot of different things. So I'm gonna go ahead and budget $250 for dining out. If you guys have followed me a lot this year, in the month of January, we did not eat out at all. And then the next few months we were doing really well. I feel like these last couple months we've been kind of slipping back into our eating out habit. And so I really want to stay focused on trying to eat out as minimally as we can. Obviously, there are some times where like we really just can't help it. Like we are busy all the time in the summer. Like my husband and I both work full time, and so it's go, go, go. And sometimes you just got to feed your kids in the drive-thru, okay? So I will keep you guys posted on how that goes. Make sure you stay tuned for the budget recap at the end of the month to see how we did on that. But that leaves our total variable expenses at $1,725 and are remaining at $2,152. So sinking funds down here. So we do have the same sinking funds as always. If you guys have been around for a long time, you already could probably recite these by yourself because we have not changed these in quite a while, but they honestly just work perfect for us. They're like just the right amount of sinking funds without being too much. So for our car sinking fund, we budgeted $50. This is mostly just for car maintenance, like if we need an oil change or anything like that on our car. So we are budgeting $50 for car maintenance. We're budgeting $100 for home maintenance, $100 for Christmas, $50 for kids, and $100 for vacation. That leaves our sinking fund total at $400 even, and our total remaining at $1,752. So our kids sinking fund is the one that I get the most questions on. This is mainly what we use for like fees for school, or like if my kids need clothes, shoes, back to school stuff, like anything that's kind of like a little bit more expensive than what I would want to spend out of like our regular budget. That's what we use that kids sinking fund for. So we do try to thrift a lot of our kids' clothes. We're not out here buying like super expensive clothes all the time. I primarily thrift all of my kids' clothes. I very rarely buy them like brand new clothes from the store because they're just so hard on their clothes and they don't care. They actually usually prefer the stuff that I get from the thrift store because I usually get better brands than what I would actually buy them at the store anyways. So that's how we kind of handle those kind of things. And then obviously like back to school stuff, you know, all the school supplies and stuff comes out of there too. And like sports fee signups and all of that. So that leaves us with $1,752 remaining, which we will be putting towards financial goals. So the way that I do this is I just set this amount aside for financial goals, and then we allocate this every single week in our Debt Free Friday videos. So if you guys are interested in how much money we're putting towards our financial goals in 1 month, definitely stay tuned for Debt Free Friday because I talk about that a lot more in detail. We do this every single week, so we don't just put this lump sum towards financial goals once a month. I do a transaction every single week. So if you guys are interested, check out Debt Free Friday. But that is all I have for this budget. Let me know in the comments down below if you've done your June budget yet. I would love to hear about it. And I will talk to you on Friday for Debt Free Friday. Bye, guys.